Like in the old company in the dark, I was like, you know, I mean, unless you're working for like BP or like Connington Phillips or something.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
In the dark, I was like, you know,
Those like big leagues.
yeah.
Okay. Can I ask kind of a tough question? Did you love her?
I felt like it was true.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it was the same from her. Yeah. Okay. Tell us about the time you spent with her.
Well, I mean, it felt like it was, you know, I think like when you said like I was more like a shy guy, it's kind of like I've never like been pursued by anybody before. It's kind of like I was the one, you know, trying to pursue. Because like when me and Shenan met, it was like, you know, she was always like pushing me away, kind of like, you know.
She was sick for a while, right?
Oh yeah, she had just got diagnosed with lupus, and she was on like a bunch of different medications and stuff, and it was like, I guess I wasn't her type.
And you weren't her type?
I wasn't her type. Because like she told me like when she first, because we had met.
She told you that?
Yeah.
You're not.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, it was like, you know, when we first met, like it was at a movie theater. And my cousin's ex-wife set us up.
You were dressed like shit, weren't you?
I didn't.
I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, I didn't know like that.
Have any games?
So she was fancy and he was in like shorts and tennis shoes or something, right?
She was in, like, I should have known the doorman, you know, was in a suit. And I was just like, this isn't good. And like when
in the theater?
It was a fancy theater, right?
It was in Charlotte. It was called the Epicenter, and apparently they give you like champagne and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, this is a fancy date night theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he came like he was going to a Cinemax,
like I was going to a pond,
like AMC.
Like a play theater?
No, it was like you like just watch the normal movie, but like you can like drink champagne and like have like, you know, a Jack and Coke inside the theater and just sit there and just whatever. But like yeah, it's when she first saw me, she was like, I should probably just turn and talk to the bartender a little more. Like, no, I'm not you're here to meet. But yeah, like I was like persistent trying to pursue something. I liked her, and even on our first date, like I couldn't even eat anything really. I was just like, you know,
You're so nervous.
yeah,
Really?
yeah. She was just like, you know, chowing down. And she was like, you eat like a bird. I'm like, oh, that's fine. And she talked to my parents like, you know, months later. She was like, this guy just never ate. It's like, this guy eats like a trash disposal. This trash disposal. I was like, no, not around me. I was like, well, I'm just nervous. I was just like, I was always like shaking and everything. But yeah, I was always pursuing her, and then just like finally I grew onto her. Like, you know, I would always like with her medications and stuff. I would always like, she had like 8 bottles of medications, so I would always get like her day and nights and kind of like put them all in that little, you know, flip open
Pill box.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And I would always, you know, be around her. I even went to her colonoscopy. And she said after that she knew I was like kind of a keeper. It's like, you know, who goes to a colonoscopy after 3 months with somebody?
Right.
It's a little soon.
Well, she asked if she needed a ride. I'm like, yeah. She's like, you want to go across the colonoscopy with me? I'm like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Like, I even sat with her while she drank that nasty stuff all day.
Yeah.
Oh. Where she's in the bathroom
That's
all
a good
day.
test.
that clear stuff that doesn't really taste clear. Yeah, but yeah, it was. I mean, it felt like it was a great relationship. Everything was great.
Now you're talking about with Kessinger?
No, with talking about Shenan, and like in the first year, you know, like, you know, my parents never. I don't know. My mom was always kind of hesitant.
Why?
I was the baby, I guess. I never, you know. But I never had a girlfriend in high school, so it's kind of like she never like really saw me like.
Oh, interesting. So she's kind of watching her baby walk out a little bit.
Yeah, because when I turned 18, I graduated. I never moved back.
Okay.
At home, so
And
my
how
sister
old-
moved back and forth all the time. So
How old were you when you met Shenan?
I was 25. It was 2010. So
Okay.
So no serious girlfriends before that?
nothing more than like 6 months or so. Yeah, there was some girls here and there, but just nothing more than like, you know. The last girlfriend I had before Shenan, she was just actually got divorced, and I should never did that. But it was more of like I was kind of like helping her get through her divorce. It seemed like she went on to somebody else. I'm like, oh, nice to know.
You're the rebound guy?
The rebound guy.
Pretty much. But, that's how it goes.
Would you say that in your relationships with women, it seems to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong, it seems to me like you're attracted to maybe a more dominant personality?
It seemed like it because I'm more of the just reserved. I mean, I just kind of like go with the flow type.
Yeah.
But then, like, Shenan usually made all the decisions, it seemed like, so.
I get that. I'm the same. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I don't think that's right with you, but.
So then, and I know it's hard to keep bouncing back and forth, but, and one of the reasons we're here is we just keep telling ourselves, Grace just does not fit the mold. Grace does not.
No.
Like it just blows us away what happened, right? And so we will do a little bit of bouncing back and forth, and that's really just to get to know you a little bit better, because we never really got that chance, did we? We were talking
twice.
Yeah.
Met you once.
Yeah.
Probably like 3, well, you remember 3 or 4 times probably.
So then do you call her Nikki or Nicole?
I would call her Nikki.
Okay.
I know there's so many Nikki's and Nicoles in this.
Right, there is.
I got confused.
So we'll call her Nikki.
Okay.
So then with Nikki, was it different?
It just seemed like I was more in control, it seemed like, and that never happened. Like, she'd actually, like, asked me, like my opinion on a lot of things, and just, like, what I wanted to do, and just kind of, like, okay.
That was new, wasn't it?
Very new.
Oh, that's fascinating to me. And so did it feel more like an equal partnership, or?
It seemed like it.
Yeah. Okay. So then, when it was date night, would you guys talk about it? Would you ask to go somewhere, or would she say, I want to go somewhere? Was it a 2,000?
The first time we went out, it was to a movie over at the Orchard, roughly 144th over there, and I asked her, like, hey, you want to go see this movie? And, like, she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. And we got there, it was sold out, and, normally you'd probably just have, just wait 2 hours, like, just go home, but now she just wanted to walk around and just talk. I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
So that was different, and, I think she wanted to go to the car museum, Shelby Museum in Boulder. I've never been there. And
that's right up your alley.
So yeah, I was just like, that was awesome just to walk around cars for like an hour or so. And then, drag race in Vandermeer.
Okay.
And I haven't been to a drag race since 2008. And that was in Charlotte.
Okay.
Like that was the only drag strip over there. This like the NHRA, the Top Fuel, fun car stuff. Like me and my dad used to grow up. Go there like all the time. And then like went camping in Sand Dunes National Park, and I'd never been camping. I always wanted to do it. Thought it was she'd done it like countless times.
Oh really? Okay. She's outdoorsy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess she every time like she even needed to clear her head, she'd just go by herself, just go somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's a completely new type of person and relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What were you thinking this whole time? Like in the back of your head?
In the back of my head, I was just telling myself, "What are you doing?" Like every time I open up my phone, I can see pictures and, like of my wife and my kids, and I'm just like, "What am I doing?" And then like every time I was with her, it seemed like I didn't think. It seemed like it was like a blinder that was in my face.
Oh. And
just like every time I look back on it, like like I have pictures of my wife and kids and myself, and like every night, or every morning, every night, I just talk to them, say like I have like this book I used to read for CC, and I remember that book, so I read that to them like every night. And like there's some scripture and stuff that I read to them, so I just try to think back. Like I wish this never happened. And just like I wish that blinder wasn't on my head, right in my eyes. That would have seen what was going on. Like I was having. Everybody said, "Oh, you're just out there having fun while your kids, or kids and wife are on vacation." I'm just like, no, it wasn't like that. But it seemed like that's what it looked like when you're going, you're going to camping, going to drag race, going all this other stuff that you have fun doing, but you're with somebody else. It's not your family. It just didn't seem right.
Okay.
With her, it just didn't seem like I could even see that anymore.
Yeah.
I was there at her house pretty much every night. So it was like I didn't have that time at home just to really think about anything. Because literally I didn't, I was only at home from when I got home from work. I worked out, I ate dinner, and then I went over to her house. I never slept in my house in the whole month of July.
Now, talk me through that though. When you said you went home and then you were at her house, was that while Shenan was gone? Oh, okay. So you weren't even at your house?
No.
This all happened so quickly, didn't it?
It was insane quickly. I didn't, she even told me, she would never, in, a normal relationship, she would never have somebody over at her house, more than, once or twice a week, but she felt like she wanted me over there.
Yeah.
She said she felt comfortable over there.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's what was different, she wanted me over there. But I just wish that all that would just go away. I just wish I had almost I know it's hard. I know it's wrong to say I wish I'd never met somebody, but I wish I'd maybe met her at work and then just kept it that way.
I think if we had a time machine, I don't think this would happen again. Because some people, when this happens, you're like, well, if it wasn't this time, it would have been next time, or it would have been the next time. It just wouldn't have happened with you, would it? And it happened so quickly that you tell me if I'm wrong. You're not the type of guy to take control sometimes when you need to.
Yeah,
it seems like that's just what happened.
Yeah, I didn't take control of the situation. It just the situation controlled me.
Right, it just happened. No, I get that, man. I'm somewhat passive myself, and it's there's situations where I'm like, well, why did I let that keep going?
Yeah, I don't know why. It was like a roller coaster ride that I just kept punching the ticket on, and I just never let me get up.
Yeah. Can we talk about the hardest subject? So when we were talking, the last time we talked, the last thing we talked about was where the girls were, but we never really got to talk about that night. So what happened?
So nothing really happened that night. It was in the morning.
Okay.
It was, me and Shenan, she got home at 2 o'clock. And, I felt her get into bed. And I just felt like I didn't feel it. I just made sure I looked at my phone at 2 o'clock and make sure she was okay, she's in there. And I could kind of feel her kind of stirring around a little bit. And I just had a feeling that she knew, what was going on. Because, obviously I didn't use, an NRCO gift card, that I'd gotten. I'd used my actual credit card, and I kind of just felt like she knew what was going on. And she started rubbing her hand on me, and we ended up having sex. But I guess that was more like a test.
Oh,
I would have thought.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because when we talked, when I woke up later on in the morning, I pretty much, told her, I didn't think it was going to work anymore. And she was like, what happened? What was last night? So I figured that's what we call the test after I've gone through everything in my head.
That makes sense.
And she just told me, to get off of her. And she was like, I knew there was somebody else, I knew there was somebody else, I knew there was somebody else. I couldn't bring it up. I couldn't just say, yes, there is somebody else, but then she's like, never going to see the kids again, never going to see them again, get off me, don't hurt me. And then,
is that what you said?
Because when I climbed in bed, that was pretty much on top, pretty much straddling her kind of deal.
Okay.
And she thought I was gonna hurt her or her baby or something. So, because she knew that something had happened. She thought I was just trying to just check out or something. So, and that's when that happened.
I know it's hard, but do you mind if we talk just a tiny bit deeper about that? So she comes home. she touches you, you guys have sex. It seems like she's doing her test, which I understand. It sounds like you do too.
I'm sure, Nikki or not Nikki, Cole Atkinson or Cassie probably told her,
That's what I was thinking, right? They talked about it during that whole weekend.
More than likely. That's my parents told me there was going through text messages. It's all pretty much they all kind of just told her he's with somebody else type of deal.
Yeah, and she spent a lot of time with the gals. That's what they did probably all weekend is talk about it, give her advice. I think that's what we found from, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she comes home. You guys have sex, and then did you fall asleep between then and going to work?
Yes.
Okay. So then at some point, does she wake you up, or is it you waking up for work?
My alarm wakes me up.
Oh, okay. And you're going to work out. Mm-hmm. But then that's when she started wanted to talk more. And she was pretty mad? Okay.
Yeah, it was, I had already kind of knew that, using that credit card,
Was that intentional?
Yeah.
I had no other way to do it.
Oh.
I used, because I got these Anarco gift cards from, doing good stuff at work and stuff like that, and I'd use them all.
Oh. Was part of you just screw it, whatever, I don't care, I'm using this card?